So here we go. Mystery object photo around 10 questions. Okay, so be interesting to see. I did try these out on my partner Jill, who has a limited interest in astronomy. So there we go. We'll see. It's self-explanatory, really. But this was an instrument used in 1964. These are roughly in date order, very roughly. These two astronomers, radio astronomers, were using this instrument in America, but what in fact did they end up first observing or detecting? I suppose if you're a radio astronomer, you can observe radio waves, I guess, in some form or another, even if you can't see them necessarily. I'm just going to go through, but obviously if you want me to go back or repeat one, obviously I can. Everyone okay on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're jumping to 1967 now. So this is an image of Earth. Looks like there's a tiny blue dot to the right, but I think you can ignore that. So just ignore any suggestion of anything next to Earth, unless it's a UFO, of course. But where was this image actually taken from? Okay, I'm not timing on 20 seconds or whatever, but I can go back again if anyone wants me to repeat anything. And then this looks like, for those of you who have ever been to Kent and the hop season and growing hops, it's not a field for growing hops, although it probably could be adapted quite successfully for that, actually. But what was this particular equipment used to discover in 1967? Hopefully some of you are old enough like me to remember 1967. I don't know, but I'm not asking you. I'm sure Tony is.
Yeah, no, I am.
Oh,
Yeah. Remember it well.
Ouch.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Oh, what's that? Jenny can't see the images.
Sorry.
There's a note on the chat that Jenny can't see the images.
Can everyone else see them?
I can see
Yeah,
them.
I can see them.
Yeah. Maybe make it full screen.
Yeah, you gotta have your.
You might have the view on the wrong thing. Might be on.
If you have it on standard or something like that, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, it should be.
I press on.
Can you see it, Jenny?
Is she muted?
Maybe.
Oh, on phone.
You can't see them on the phone.
Not sure what I can do this end about
The
that.
sound doesn't work. Oh no.
We can hear you.
I'll press on for the moment, shall I?
Well, yeah, I don't think much choice really at the moment.
Sounds
We
like you're
could
going to
go-
get 10
we could
points
go
for this
through
round,
them
Jenny.
again.
Yeah, we'll give Jenny 10 points then for this.
I can't see anything. Sorry.
Yeah, tricky on a visual one. You might. Yeah, we'll give you 10 points for round one then, and then hopefully some of the others they'll be able to ask the questions anyway, and you'll be able to listen to the music. Hopefully, so hopefully that will cater for all the other rounds for you anyway. So again, for us oldies, the date's a massive clue here, 1986, and. So this is Giotto space probe flying past something at 112 seconds before it encountered it.
Do you want the name of the object or what
Yes,
it is?
yeah. The name of the object, please. Yes, yeah. Okay. And again, the name of the, well, I'll give you a massive clue. it was a comet. So what I'm really asking for really is the points really is if you can remember the name of the comet that collided with Jupiter in 1994 to make these rather splendid impacts on the surface. The comet was famous for breaking up and then not only hitting Jupiter, but of course the image on the right there was quite spectacular because this was imaged obviously after the comet had broken into numerous pieces, and then the astronomical community got even more excited when someone realized it was actually going to hit Jupiter. So that's really the name of the comet, if you can remember.
Yeah. I remember half of
Half a point then.
it.
Half a point if you can remember half the name. I think that's fair.
Fair enough.
We're going slightly into the conspiracy theory world now, but sure many of you remember seeing this in your Daily Mail or Sun. But which planet was that on? 2001. Nothing to do with the Space Odyssey, I don't think. Or maybe it was. What was the surface of which planet?
As Merrick's put something in the chat to help Jenny, I think.
Right, okay. Thanks, Merrick. Yeah, I haven't attempted it on my phone. I can always whiz back Jenny very quickly if you do get to see the images before we finish the round, or I can quickly recap later on. Okay, it's just first ever image of what? I don't think the distance really makes a lot of help. I suppose it might, actually. It's not Jill cycling home down the Bristol to Bath cycle track anyway. So I suppose some sort of estimate of distance might help you there. We're nearly at the end of round one.
Thank you.
It gets more exciting then. Rather splendid image. But which galaxy? Infrared. Rather like that. Make quite a good poster on the bedroom wall, that one. Rather nice. This is the only image I actually took. So that might give you some sort of clue. And obviously the date's the critical one there. So what am I imaging through my solar telescope from the back garden of the Herschel Garden on the 9th of May 2016?
Oh, Jenny says she can see something now.
Hey, can you?
Yay.
So you're up to question 9, are you, Jenny?
We'll go through it again, shall we?
Yeah, very quickly. And for those who like pepperoni pizza, which planet was that imaged? I think the mainstream media, of course, did call it a pepperoni pizza, which is a bit of an insult to the scientists involved, probably. So what are you looking at there, taken in 2019? Jenny, can you see that image okay? Sorry, I haven't been able to hear you verbally. No one can hear you speaking. No one can hear you speaking. I wouldn't know any of these anyway. Okay. So we'll still give you 10
Not
points.
the only one.
Okay. Does anyone want me just to whiz back through those?
Yeah, just give us a just quick glimpse of each would be good.
Okay. If I go, so that was 10. I'll do it in reverse order, hopefully. Number 9, name of the event. Well, better still, name the name what it is. So the event, yeah, it's really what it is you're seeing there that's the key. Which galaxy? Infrared. First ever image of what? Which planet was the face on, or allegedly the face, of course? Name the comet. Half a point for each part of the name. For Chris's benefit.
What about the
1 point
hyphen?
if you 1 point if you can give both both parts of the double barrel name. What's the object? Name of the object? What was it flying past? 1986. It's not a hop field. What was that used for? Or what was discovered? It wasn't little green men, it was something else. Where was that taken? First ever image of Earth taken from where? And ignore the UFO blue dots above the Pacific on the right there. And it's not my Virgin Media broadband receiver, but what was that bit of kit used to first observe or detect, noting that it's a radio, well, not a visual, obviously. Okay. If I minimize that then, or stop sharing for the moment, let's see what happens then. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now, would you like me to run through the answers at this point, or shall we do the answers right at the end? What do you reckon, Simon?
Let's do the answers now. We have a feeling of impending doom as we go along.
Okay. So number one was the cosmic microwave background, which they weren't looking for, and sadly they slaughtered a number of pigeons in the attempt to eliminate any possibility of background noise that they couldn't explain. But it was a cosmic microwave background that ultimately led to the confirmation of the existence of the Big Bang. And they got a Nobel Prize for their work. Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, forgive my terrible pronunciation of his name.
Penzies, yeah.
Penzias. Okay. Bear with me a second. From the surface of the moon, that was NASA's Surveyor 3 unmanned, obviously unmanned probe that was dropped to the surface. So according to, if you can believe Wikipedia and the internet, that was the first image of Earth taken from the surface of the moon. So they've had previous images obviously from elsewhere, orbiting the moon, orbiting Earth, but from the surface of the moon. Pulsars, that's our friend now Professor Dame Jocelyn Bell Burnell when she was a PhD student. So that was the equipment she made, the array, the radio array at Mullard Radio Observatory in Cambridge. Nice piece of kit.
So the answer to that one was pulsars.
Pulsars.
Yeah.
Halley's Comet.
Yay.
Hopefully some of you got that. Yeah, maybe this one's a bit tricky. It was Shoemaker-Levy 9 to be technically absolutely accurate. So Shoemaker-Levy or Shoemaker-Levy. Half the point for
You need the 9.
Levy 9. Oh, what do we think, Simon?
Half a point.
Right.
Half a point for
I
Levy
only have
9.
Levy, so
Yeah. Half a point for Levy 9. Half a point for Shoemaker or half a point for Levy. Mars is the face on Mars. This apparently is the first ever image of an exoplanet, happens to be circling around a brown dwarf star. Through the ESO VLT, Very Large Telescope. They love their abbreviations. I thought I had a very large telescope, but obviously it's not as big as that. the Andromeda Galaxy.
Yeah.
M31, 2.5 million light years away, apparently, roughly. Hopefully you realise that was a transit. That wasn't really the answer I was looking for. So I guess if you did put just transit, that's fine. But I was really looking for the fact that it was a transit of Mercury.
Got that one.
Yay.
Oh, someone said yay. That's good.
Get half a point if we pick the wrong planet.
Oh, go on, let's do it.
Oh,
Well, it'll take our score to 1.5.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you half a point because you knew it was a transit. How about that?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And it's Jupiter. So this is a southern pole of Jupiter, which was on an infrared image on a fly past of NASA's Juno probe. So Jupiter is really the answer.
Oh well.
Saturn.
It's rather good though. It's at least two images I'm going to put on my poster screen. So hopefully that hasn't demoralised everyone. Has anyone left? No, you're all still there.